in here tonight. Yeah, I don't know. I started live. I'm doing real fast on YouTube. I guess I should share it out. Or else. All right. All right. Let's see who is up. Hold on, y'all. Just give me a minute. I'm just sharing. What was Snapchat? So, what are we, like a week? Hold on. Are we over a week into this war already? So that's the question, right? I guess we're talking about freedom of speech again. Now, let's break this into two parts. Let's break it into reality and digital. And then we'll converge the two in the end, and that'll be social credit scores, right? So as I showed you guys on Instagram, very much shadow banned to the point where I made a new account, looked up Tragic America, and I didn't exist. So who knows how many millions or billions of people the name Tragic America does not exist? Is that because posts I made? Is that because I was on some sort of a list? Is that because why? You know, I couldn't get any answers, not from Instagram obviously, but I did some with James O'Keefe going undercover, and he found out through an employee it was something that was being called red listed, and it was being used for political reasons. This was during the Biden administration. I thought it would be different during the Trump administration, but no, same, didn't change. If anything, got worse. So now we could argue that because of Proposition 215, that social media sites, there never was freedom of speech. They could get you off there, make no one come in your live or bot your live or do whatever. Even if you work the following up, gain a following, and start actually talking shit and saying shit, they could just remove the people, bot up your live, have people thinking you're in there, and meanwhile you're not saying shit and talking to anybody. I saw it happen through Instagram. I don't know about YouTube. I don't even know the guys I'm talking to in here now. So, with what I'm saying is Proposition 215, they can kick you out for pretty much anything. Uh, I worked my ass off, but I put it all into Instagram at first, which I'm pissed about. I do have podcasts on Spotify, but freedom of speech, whenever it came to certain issues, certain things I would post, whenever I would go, I would always toe the line of the Overton window. And sometimes I would crash right the fuck through it. And in the end, these last few months, if you look at Tragic America on Instagram and Twitter, you'll see some of my posts and you'll say, okay, yeah, no filter, no more filter. It's a test on freedom of speech and a test on Proposition 215, but I'll tell you now how the digital and reality interfaces here. About a week or two ago in Miami, a woman had the FBI go to her house, questioning her about a post she made referencing the Miami mayor and talking about Palestine and the genocide and him being complicit or something of that sort, allegedly. Um, they questioned her. They said, "Is this your post?" She filmed it. She's like, "I want a lawyer." She's like, "Isn't this America?" Nothing wound up happening that I know of, but okay, there's number one. That's Florida. I'm in Florida. Okay? Now, I saw this with the Democrats in different states. I saw this in, with their suppression when it came to certain things with Trump and things like that. Now, Trump is in, and I see it when it comes to a foreign state. Does that mean that another thing? Remember, it was also all of a sudden it was going to go through Congress that it was illegal to burn an Israeli flag, and then after that they threw in an American flag. So it was illegal to burn the Israeli flag first, but we live in America. Either way, burning the flag, whatever. We live here. Why? Well, you know why? But still, I believe it does fall under freedom of expression. Um, you see, governor and I like DeSantis. Living in Florida under COVID, he was a great governor. But he himself signed into some laws that restrict our speech when it comes to anti-Semitism. And anti-Semitism is a word that is very hard to define. Does that mean speaking against Israel? Does that mean speaking against a person, a race, an ethnicity, a government, a mafia? It's just, it's a piece of land. It's very hard to define that. Um, And in other ways, that's not the only ways our freedom of speech are going away, but that seems to be the most prominent lately. We all see the Charlie Kirk assassination. We saw that at the beginning of the year. What was the first thought that came to everyone's mind when you saw that? What does your gut tell you happened there? Was it some crazy trans kid and that story and all that? You guys kind of see the post he was making, the direction he was going, and then there's this open assassination with everything just looking crazy and the story not matching up at all. Now, pattern recognition, right? You guys seen the war going on in the last couple of years? And it even takes me back to the Trump assassination attempt, the first one. 2 people got killed. Trump, I don't see a mark on his ear. I didn't doubt this ever. But isn't it just the best hook to a story that, they're persecuting him, he's going on trial, 34 felonies for nothing really happened. Then boom, they try to kill him, and then Elon Musk 2 seconds later endorses him, and then he's in there, and then J.D. Vance, the movie comes out, and Peter Thiel is funding him, and Palantir, and blah, 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 and they're restricting probably everything I'm saying. you know? But it's a new world, right? We all see what's going on in Iran. Well, I guess we kind of see, whether it's AI, whether it's real. I hear one thing online and I hear the opposite. I see a tweet and then I hear a tweet about the opposite. There's a lot of propaganda to filter through, and I'm doing my best to filter through it, but it doesn't. Listen, I don't think we should have went in there, but now that we did, we have to win. This involves the dollar. It's basically essentially a proxy war right now between us and China, and it can very, very, very much escalate. It can escalate very easily. Or is it just a show, and the outcome's already fixed, and they're just playing some shit for the people to watch, and that's it? Is it that? Could it be? You would hope so, because if not, this can escalate. You can see this escalating rather quickly, especially with these people working in Congress, that they don't fucking retire. They're like 100 years old. What would Feinstein, would they have to wheel her out of their dead? McConnell's freezing up every time he talks. He's like this. And everyone's like, nah, he's all right. He's cool. With this, all these Epsterino stuff coming out, and these people, and these names, and all this, and these people would rather go to war, blow the world up, than be embarrassed, or possibly even go to jail. Who knows? Who the fuck knows? All I know is they didn't have to put all that information out. They did it for a reason. For about 2 months, everyone was filtering through this Epsterino files. Let's filter through them, look through them, look through them, look through them, look through them. And student or grad, both actually, right now, whatever that means. Now, how do I get rid of that thing? Damn it. Okay, so they cut me off, y'all. I was speaking. What was I saying? Oh, the files, right? So the files, garbage. Get rid of this fucking thing. Okay, so they had everyone looking through that. You saw everyone's YouTube video, everyone's stream, it was on the files, right? Everything on the news was on the files, everything was on the files, and then all of a sudden, bam, the bombing starts. Now, 6 million files, the bombing starts. Then Yahoo's saying something about Iran is now blackmailing the U.S. All of this just sounds weird, all of it. But what a great time to be alive, right? Right? I'm going to stop this because this thing's on my face and they kicked me off earlier, so I want to see if it still works. But y'all follow me. I'll be live a lot talking. And follow me on Kick because Instagram's just censoring me. Follow Tragic America on every platform. I love you. Peace.